Hello, Rupert.
Hi.
It's Jonas.
Hi.
Thank you for taking my question. I know I had quite a few questions this retreat. It's my first retreat, and I'm just want to make sure that I go home and that I have no doubts about the teaching. And the first question of Mareke cleared up a lot of my about my question now. In the yoga meditations, in the outward-facing path, in the sense that we contemplate our sensations, feelings, and the meditation of kissing the frog, or the thought, I should call it, or you name it. I would just like to make clear, because I'm a little bit confused. I understand you. I'm sure you explained it many times clearly, but just to be sure, I want to know. We are, as you said to Mareke, we are not trying to do anything. The sensations are just abiding in awareness. So when we stop the meditation, eventually there is no more distinction between the world as we live it every day and the meditation itself. But I got a little bit confused, because on Thursday I asked you the question, can it be so that the separate self stores residual emotions, traumas in the body as sensation? And is it so that we, in this teaching, by abiding these sensations into awareness, these sensations are being released or dissolved, and with that the traumas or the bad conditionings that go with it? And is that part of the teaching? And to all the questions you said yes. So I just want to make very sure, and I'm gonna ask you the question just straight at it as it is. What is the objective? What is the goal, the aim of the yoga meditations?
Happiness.
Yes, but as I said it, right now it looks like we're, and I talked to many people, and many people answered me. They had the idea it was a cleaning up of the body, of these sensations. But like you said to Mareke, we're not doing anything. It's not the objective of cleaning the body. It's. I would like to hear from you how we should.
One could say it was the yoga meditations were an attempt to bring a new understanding into all aspects of our life. So that our understanding doesn't just remain in the privacy of our heart, but it also encompasses the way we feel the body and perceive the world and act and relate in the world. So sort of the yoga meditations, you could say they're a little more proactive than self-inquiry.
Proactive in the sense that it's the way I understand it is that it's like you're trying to make us see it from another angle, so that it is the understanding or the wakening up of the understanding of the essence of our being, and it's not that we have to do anything.
The understanding of the recognition of our essential nature or being is the culmination of the inward-facing path or self-inquiry. But for many people there is a discrepancy between the way they feel the body and perceive the world with their understanding that ultimately everything appears in and is made of consciousness. So the yoga meditations attempts to resolve this discrepancy so that we not only understand that everything is known by, appears in, and is made of infinite consciousness. But we feel. We don't just know it, but we feel it. And we don't just feel it, but we act, perceive, and relate in a way that is consistent with this feeling understanding.
I get it. It's okay, you're trying to make, you're not conceptualizing this, it's the experiential part. You're really experiencing the sensations in awareness, and with that understanding, we go to the daily lives, just like you said to Marek.
Yes, of course. It's important to emphasize that the recognition of our true nature is entirely experiential. But it's experiential, it's an experience that has no objective content. Whereas the yoga meditations are more involved with the objective content of our experience.
Yes.
So both paths are equally experiential.
Yes, okay. This is clear now for me. And if I can just be allowed, what, according to you, or in the meditation today, the sinking of our attention into the source of awareness, what, according to you, is the obstacle or blocking most people to allow the attention to sink into being until there is just being?
There are no obstacles.
Why is not everybody experiencing bliss after this meditation?
Because not everybody knows that the happiness for which they long lives in their own being. Most people feel that it is acquired through objective experience. So most people are more interested in objective experience than their own being. As soon as it becomes clear to us that the happiness for which we long resides in the nature of our own being, then it's very easy to go there.
So the experience is still veiling the happiness?
Seems to be, yes. Yes. Or rather, we are still losing ourselves in objective experience. And the reason we are again and again and again losing ourselves in objective experience is because we believe that happiness belongs there. So we keep going there, milking experience for the happiness that we believe it will provide.
Yeah, I get it. It's the conditioning of the attention to go outward.
Yes.
And it doesn't allow itself to just sink back.
The attention goes back naturally to its source. Every time it goes back briefly and naturally to its source every time a desire is fulfilled, because when the desire is fulfilled, the seeking mind, by definition, comes to an end because it has what it wants. So briefly the mind goes back to its source, and that is why happiness always accompanies the fulfillment of a desire. And the other time is in deep sleep. So these are the two times when people normally experience or recognize or taste their true nature, on the fulfillment of a desire briefly and in deep sleep. But here we go there consciously.
It's not really something we can do.
No, but I say it's something we can do as a concession to the one who is lost in experience. To such a one, it is a legitimate concession to say, trace your way back to yourself. Of course, you are already yourself, so you can't really trace your way back there. So ultimately our understanding of meditation is refined. To begin with, most people believe that meditation is an activity that we do. In time, we recognize that it is what we are. But for most people, to begin with, meditation is an activity that we do. Even on the direct path, when we are not when we are not meditating on a mantra or the flame or the breath or a teacher or whatever, we still feel to begin with that we are practicing self-inquiry. It feels like a practice. We feel we are tracing our way back to ourself. And at some point, when self-inquiry turns into self-abidance or self-resting, there is this recognition, actually, I have always been myself. I cannot practice being myself. Being myself is the only thing I cannot practice.
It's like the point of surrender.
It's like yes, but even that is a concession to the one who surrenders. Our self never has to surrender, because it never ceases being itself. So this is why the ultimate meditation is totally effortless. In fact, it is the only experience there is that does not require effort. Even just an innocuous thought or feeling or sensation requires more energy than being oneself.
It's the natural state of being.
It is the natural condition of being. And this is why Ashtavakra said, happiness belongs to that supremely lazy person for whom even blinking is too much trouble.
I really start to love lazy people.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'd just like to thank you very much.
Thank you, Jonas.